This is Replicant Fish. Welcome back. Glad you could join me again. Hope you're doing well. Having a good weekend. To begin, She's Not Yours, It's Just Your Turn. The title of the second video I had ever made, sometime in January 2017. She's not yours, it's just your turn. So I have been saying this for 3 years. The point is, how easy it has become to prove that point, and how that point has never been more strong than it is now. Simply put, she's not yours, it's just your turn, comes from the understanding of present modern day and times. Feminism, women themselves saying, no man owns me, no man can own me. I'm a free, independent woman. No man will ever own me. So my point to that was to embrace that and say, yes, of course, I agree. You're not mine. But the time I am with you, I understand, is just a turn. Then thus you understand every man is having a turn with every woman then. Is that not the case? Yes, it is. Some would disagree, but the point of that term is to let women prove the point. Women prove the point of that term itself. And when men don't understand that she's not yours, it's just a turn, these men are the ones that get so enthralled with a woman that they would do stupid things to either get her attention or keep her attention, which means these men would do many stupid and crazy things. They would fight another man over a woman that's not even theirs. Even if they're with the woman, they forget the factor of the woman herself, what she does, who she is, what she thinks and wants. And that's not to be necessarily a better man for her, but to understand her intentions, as you should, as a grown person trying to date another person. That's simple. But then again, I am a man saying it, thus I'm a misogynist. Yeah, but enough fish waffling. Let's truly begin. From the New York Times, confessions of a former serial dater. She met interesting people and developed vetting skills, but found her dating life improved once she started to involve fewer people. By Brianna Holt. The first time I was called a serial dater was by my roommate after I admitted to her that I had 2 dates set up with 2 different guys on the same day. My, she's keen, isn't she? Yeah, very up for it. I remember being nervous that the first one wouldn't end in time for the next. Well, at least she cares about punctuality, you know? She's trying to be on time for her, let's say, promiscuity. Yeah, let's carry on. The second time was when my friend Nikki failed to invite me to her movie night because she assumed I already made plans to meet up with someone from a dating app. So clearly, she's putting herself out there, as you would in the modern dating world, I guess. Throwing yourself out there, creating the bait. After ending my engagement to my fiance in June 2018, and then later officially splitting up, so they were still banging basically, I went through a period of exploration. Ooh, sounds interesting, adventurous, wild. As most singles do after ending long-term relationships. And keep in mind, this was long before all things biohazard. I downloaded several dating apps and even started to interact with some of the men I found attractive on my subway commute. Note her words, the men she found attractive. But looks don't play a factor? Yes, they do. Of course they do. This resulted in several dates. Once again, she is very keen, but as a young woman would be. I was clear about my intentions from the start. Bust and move, seriously. Getting into a serious relationship right after my broken engagement just wasn't something I was ready for. But dating was good for my self-esteem. Good for her self-esteem. And as many of us know, the attachment of the attention with the self-esteem. Thus, with the biohazard, certain women can't get access to that attention. Thus, it would cause a lack of self-esteem. Online, yes, but not so much getting out there and physically meeting men. Listen to this. It helped me know that I was still lovable and interesting at a time when it was easy to doubt my self-worth. Now, as again, even in a time of feminism, you still see how much women base their self-worth around our want and desire for them. The attention. Many dating therapists, in fact, recommended dating around after a breakup, getting yourself out there, throwing yourself back into the sea, the dating pool, with plenty of fish, lighting those tinders and embers with flames of just bullshit. Indeed, thank you. In the beginning, The exchanges felt freeing, but the more first dates I went on, the more obsessed I became with meeting new people, and the less I enjoyed dating the same people over and over again. Little did I know, my dating habits were quickly turning into more of a selfish hobby than my original intentions. So this woman was basically bust and move, basically. Now when I say it, some would say it's derogatory to women, but my point is, whom do you think I'm bust and moving with? As if it's not consensual, as if women themselves aren't keen and up for it, which they are a lot nowadays, as she has just shown you. Now, the brief point I'm making is, how many women do you think mimic this sort of lifestyle? They get bored with one man after a certain time, they want another, and another, and another. Then you ask yourself, well, how many bodies, let's say, could a woman rack up in a, let's say, 30 years of life? One would have to think, quite a lot, quite a lot. Why should I be the man to come along and then see this woman as pure? Would I not be the fool in that aspect? Somewhat of a clean-up man? Because many other men had been there before. That's not to be insulting, it's to make a point. The unmovable point that many men are still many men. No matter how you dress it up and resell it, it's the same thing. But let's add the point of view of a professional, because I'm just an android, Just a heartless monster with my heart stored in a mini fridge, next to a can of Red Bull. Addicted to the romance. Paulette Sherman, a New York psychologist and author of Dating from the Inside Out, sounds like being sick, says serial daters often love the chase but don't commit. It's the thrill of attention. Women can get attention in abundance nowadays, on and off the internet. They're basically addicted to the romance of early dating, but they get bored easily and move on, said Dr. Sherman, who specializes in relationships. In fact, Netflix announced last week that a new dating show, Too Hot to Handle, well, that sounds like hot bullshit, begins streaming April 17th. The contestants, according to the trailer, are well-known serial daters, serial app swipers, and non-committers. It sounds like a bunch of wankers. There are distinctive reasons, Dr. Sherman says, for falling into the habit. Enter the traits of serial daters: those who consciously look to have fun and don't want anything serious, who love the thrill of the chase and the power of romancing many partners, who fear commitment but also fear loneliness. It's a common word recently, isn't it? Who have attachment issues, who actually enjoy the glamour of the single lifestyle, who date to get the narcissistic needs fulfilled, and who are confused and don't really know what they want. Thank you, Dr. Sherman. But it's something many of us as men know already. We know this already. We can see it already. You see, she's not yours, it's just your turn. Is for men to understand that's not the point of what you're doing in your life. It's just a woman. It's a turn you're having with this woman. In other words, your focus should be what you're doing, your hustle, your interests, your hobbies, your traveling, your living of life, you becoming the best bastard you can possibly be. And it is to bastardize yourself. To not be the traditional man, we have to be something different, not the monsters they depict us as, because our points of view adjust to what women are doing. No, that's ridiculous. That should be expected from any intelligent person. But then again, in this world, yeah, well, let's carry on. My overall point is, as I have shown you, and as you know, women themselves show you that she's not yours, it's just your turn. Their need for attention, the thrill, the excitement, the adventure, the spontaneity, not the boredom, not being locked at home, having to live with the thoughts, to relive the memories of those, let's say, experiences, as what's happening right now in the lockdown to, I'd say, many women, and obviously men as well, but you know what I mean. When you understand it's just a turn, you understand where you should be aiming your life, what you should be doing. That a woman can't make your life better. Some can help you with certain things if you need the help. But as a man, the true independent ones, you should learn to do everything for yourself and never rely on a woman for anything. Aside from if you need to, bust and move if you need to. If not, your life is your own. Own it and live it. Be the bastard you want to be, for you, not for them. But that does not mean to get sloppy. That does not mean to neglect yourself, your health, your focus, and your lifestyle, because it's not about them. No, because you understand it's not about them, it should be all about you. When you understand it's just a turn, it's when it becomes easier to let go, to not claim them, try to own them, try to jump to defend them when they don't need it. The point is, let them be. Live your own life. But for now, focus, observe, remember. The world is yours. Have a nice day.